Sorry. No, no, no. I say I know we'll end the topic like this. We must finish am. Yeah, I tell you, I get finish a program. Now I finish it. So I have to come back online. I see. The battery error. Okay. I think comments can appear there. Very good. Very good. Very good. No, 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 no. Not be network problem at all. And then network problem. Even now, even I see me I sit here. My data and I are finished. I just quickly. That's why it still fuck me up. Oh, me not they know when they want to finish. I just quickly recharge. It was my data. So like I was saying, sorry, the messages are not popping up. So I was just using one for. Like I was saying, so we have to understand greatly a lot of what is wrong with our people, with our land. We have to start finding practical solutions as to it, and not by demonizing what was given to us by God and our ancestors. It's not going to lead us anywhere. It's not going to it's not going to give us the necessary push and the necessary push. All right, these are things that we are not supposed to be talking about. Igue is not fetish. Igue is not barbaric. How Iguan when you understand? Anywhere you are, you have you whatever communities you are, wherever country that you are, celebrate your Igwe. Look for your fellow Benin friends. Do the rituals. Boko honey. Use it to pray for your head. Forget about what they are telling you. Forget about what those Europeans are telling you. They do their rituals too. I think the program I was I one of the program I attended, one of the Niger Wash program a few days ago. One of the person that asked you said something about in Italy there's a tradition of people they will knit baskets, something that looks like baskets and all of that, put some ritual materials like fire and pray to it and burn it. I don't know. I think yeah, it's I think those of our people in Italy. In Spain or in Italy, I can't remember. But that's what he said about 4 5 days ago. And all of that. When a black man sees that, and it was like, wow, he tells the student, wow, this is so nice. Oswald. Then when it now comes to your Igue Festival, you now tell your children, oh no, that's barbaric. Is that not foolishness? You admire the traditions of other people. You admire the traditions of other people. Then you criticize yours. Is that not stupidity? What makes theirs more appealing? What makes theirs more appealing? Do they kill animals? Do they rub their hands on human animals' blood and put it on their forehead? What is barbaric about that? So let's call it spade. It's been African. We have this inferiority complex that is very annoying. How can you say that your festival is barbaric and the European festival is not barbaric? It is. Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of it. It is who you are. You don't have to be ashamed of who you are. You like the ways of the white people because they embraced who they are. They are proud of who they are. They are proud of who they are. They have embraced who they are. You have to be proud of who you are. I'm not discriminating. Benin's are the most welcoming people. If you're a Christian, serve your Christ. A Benin traditionalist haven't said you shouldn't. How is that even our business in the first place? If you say you want to be a Christian, it's not my headache. If you kill chicken for Christmas Day, just like the way I kill chicken, yeah, do it. Done. But what is bad is that you don't have any right to not tell me that my tradition is bad. That is a height of inhumanity. For you to look at another person's beliefs and say that your belief is nonsense. We have to be tolerant of ourselves. We have to be very tolerant of ourselves. No, I'm not saying anybody shouldn't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Christmas. But what is bad is that you don't have any moral right or moral justification. First, you are foreign. First, you are not African. You are foreign. You are not African. You're foreign. You're foreign. Christianity is a foreign religion to the Edo man. What did not start from Edo that was brought from other places? Foreign. First, let's establish it. Christianity is a foreign religion to the Edo people. We accommodated your beliefs. We didn't discriminate. We accommodated it. In short, the Christian ideology has become part of the modern day Benin ideology. Some of the chiefs in the palace were some of the priests of some of the bishops and that the Portuguese missionaries that were in Benin. So we can't separate Christianity influences on the Benin tradition. That would be very wrong. I'm aware of that. And I wouldn't want to toy that line. But what I am saying that it is intolerable, it's inhumanity, is that the people who have accepted your own beliefs without racial profiling, without discriminating against it, is the same people you are saying that all that they know before you came, or some of the things they know before you came, is wrong. You don't have that right. You don't have that right. And that's why I have problems with them. I can marry a Christian. I can marry a Muslim. I can marry anybody. I can marry an Olokun priestess. It's not I'm a freelancer. The matter not concern me. The matter not concern me. I'm a freelancer. I'm very tolerant. I'm not like them. I'm very tolerant. But I just told you what I hate about all of these religious apologists. It's tagging what I now believe as fetish. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Anyway, I asked one of my friends that when they saw me make some posts, I was like, so you don't become native doctor? I was like, is that not a wrong mentality? I was with a female friend of mine 2 days ago. I went to see her in the house. She was like, it's all the way you need to follow me to church. Make we do deliverance for you. Now I say, I'm not pained though. I'm not pained. But you see, say they follow you laugh as you talk. But you see, I didn't say God forbid you. But if I not tell you now, say, follow me, go one Oloko shrine, make you go chop Ema, and one bogi nama Sofi Moyi, you not say God forbid. That is the religious intolerance I'm talking about. You want to enforce your belief on another person that doesn't share the same beliefs with you. And you feel so confident that your belief is the superior. You feel when you look at another person who does not share the same beliefs with you, you look at someone who is destined to go to hellfire. Who is destined to go to hellfire. You ain't God. You don't determine who goes to hellfire, who doesn't go to hellfire, because some does not share your beliefs and some share your beliefs. So let's get a lot of all of these things very correctly. All right? Religion at the end of the day is not even the problem. It is humans that are the problem. There becomes a purveyor of false beliefs. It's not even at the end of the day. I don't think there's any part in the Bible that criticizes a lot of all of these things. It is the human comprehension of a lot of these things that has made it seem so. All right? All right? So that made it seem so. Amiomadan, there are bad people that practice tradition, that are traditionalists. They are bad people. There are bad people in Christianity. There are bad people in every strata of beliefs. All right? So we should rather dwell on humanity. I tell people my religion is humanity. How I treat my neighbor and how I see my neighbor. It's my religion. I am guided in not scamming my neighbor. I'm guided in not stealing from my neighbor. I'm guided by not making my neighbor feel sad just for me to look good and feel happy. That is my religion. And even it is even enshrined even in the Bible that when some people are trying to ask Jesus Christ, of all of these commandments, which is the greatest? He said, love your neighbor as yourself. Which is a popular denominator, which is an essential, the foundational denominator in all beliefs. Loving yourself as your neighbor. You should be guided by humanity and not guided by all of these beliefs. Otherwise, I love my tradition. You are well, so do what my way won't give me. Where my way won't give me. What if you buggy me? What if you know? It was yeah, I said what if you know sick? What you sick? Even me yai. The way made waria or no mago. That becomes the problem. I feel that if we are tolerant of our beliefs, I don't think I give examples. Oba Esige was a Christian king. Oba Arogboa, his own son, was also a Christian king. But the difference between these two was the application of their Christianity. Oba Esige wanted the entire Edo nation, Benin nation, to be Christianized. Because of that, he almost lost his empire to the Ida people. Because some of the chiefs were willing to sell Benin to the Ida people. To teach him a lesson that you cannot enforce your belief with other people's beliefs. He wanted to enforce it. Just like what a lot of pastors and bishops and all of that are trying to do with Christianity. Trying to force it on people who doesn't want to accept it. That's what the Bible said. He almost lost, if not by a tiny shred, he would have lost his kingdom. And the matter for your rest, and for the talk and for story, saying that because of saying one force us to become Christian, then he lose the kingdom. But his own son, who was even a more better Christian, who schooled amongst the white people, understood religious tolerance. That's why Barrow Boy is my favorite. Understood religious tolerance. He was a Christian. But the first thing when he came to Benin, when he wanted to become the Oba, and he said he wanted to be a Catholic priest. The Benin told him that no, we don't need your own, the kind of wahala your papa give us, we don't need them again. Stay one place. It's either you want to become Oba or you want to become Catholic priest. You will choose one. You cannot be a God and serve another God. You are a God on your own. You cannot serve another God. That's what the Benin told him. And I know it's your kind. They told me on your back, not sure anything live. It's not. They were tired of the wala that they had with Oba Esige, his own father. They told him that, bros, if you don't want to become Oba because of the same wala will enter with your papa, you talk so that you will relax. You get younger brothers, make them become Oba, make the matter chicken. My dad go like my dad will the Oba, yeah, and all of that. And he went to think about it, and he understood personification of beliefs. He accepted to become the Oba. What is required of him as the Oba, he did all of it. But yet he was a Christian. He did not force anybody. In short, his son became the greatest medicine Oba. Oba Ehengbuda. Oba Ehengbuda, a Christian king giving birth to a Juju king. Oba Ehengbuda no boy. A lot of you people are not aware. He was so medicinal that he had a nickname, Nobo. Ehengbuda Nobo. Exactly. So, these are two kings, the same beliefs, but different approach. So sometimes people don't know that approach, it is something that really matters. You understand? How you approach people, how you approach things, it's what can really make the difference. How you approach things. I might have the same knowledge of Benin history, like another person have the same knowledge of Benin history. But how we approach to teach the history is now how it will now become the difference between me and the other one, and how we can begin to get our followers. People know that I don't talk about propaganda. I don't. That is how I do my own live videos. That is my own approach. I believe that the little time I have to spend with our people to exchange ideas and intellectual ideas is too sacred for me to now be discussing Ekiawuhe. So these are different approaches. We will have some certain things to say on social media. But how will approach differs. And that was what was exemplary about Oba Arugbo. His approach was amazing. He understood that you cannot force a Benin man. You don't understand. And because I don't know the Benin people, you cannot force a Benin man to believe in anything. If you understand that you don't have problem in life in dealing with Benin people. I've understood that many years ago, but there are still old people in Benin who does not understand. Many. I don't try to convince a Benin man. I don't. It's not in my way now. Any persons who have tried, who have inquired from me, and I don't disagree with people's opinion. I don't. Most especially Benin man. Or Taisho there, it will okay. In honor. In my yawe you, in my yayi, but so pompano in honor. Because that's our God. We are very opinionated. That's how God created us. Understand? That's how God created us. So When you know that this is how some people think, you don't fight it. And that's why there are some of our people who are very virulent in the conduct of their speech. I don't I don't try to I try to contribute. I don't try to bend people. That is why when I give an explanation, you have a contrary opinion about it. I don't tell you that that's idiono. Oh, there are things that I might have learned or have heard or have been taught that might not have been correct. So I'm open for criticisms. I'm open for corrections. All right, just like everybody should be. Hmm? I think if Oshomole had understood that you can't force Benin people against their will, it probably would have been relevant till date. I don't talk about politics, but I just wanted to say that because I was discussing that matter with one of my big brother that this same issue I just raised, if Oshomole had knew that Benin people are not the people you push around, it would probably would have still be relevant till today. You don't push us around. Even they had Oba Benin to control us. When you think about one anyhow person, we all call the control you do. My word was whether you understand. We are the most difficult human beings on earth to control. And we're man at Tana. If you had knew that, you see, know that and have peace. When your time is off, when they say that they don't like this person, just allow them go with what they want. If they now learn in the hard way, let them learn in the hard way, but you can't convince them against their will. It is how God created us. And there's nothing bad about that. And that's why some tribes like Yorubas say that we are arrogant. We are not arrogant. We are just opinionated. We just have the way we think. Edoezi okugbe. Ọmọ ìtàkpá nọrọ wẹ edoezi okugbe, but emi okpaya o. I don't know whether you understand. Edoezi okugbe, but emi okpa. Sorry. Itano edoezi okugbe. We don't do meetings to decide on a matter. We just see ourselves doing it. Person will come and say, I know you like this Oshomole head too big. The other person will say, nah, true to that head big, eh? And say you're ugly, where. Then before you just, everybody will just begin here to Oshomole. I'm just using it to give variations of examples so that do you ma but in your plan something like exactly do you ma we don't plan to do something. We just see ourselves doing it. You get, if all of these people knows, that is why Edo State is peculiar politically. I don't think anybody can be a godfather in Edo State because it's not possible. If you are a godfather, is a Edo person that made you feel that you're a godfather, just like I think Oshomole thought that he was. I'm not a fan of any of them. I don't like any of them, actually. If you know me, I don't like any of them. All of them. That's why you're a politician. I just don't like politicians generally. They are not truthful. When you're not truthful, it's not part of the 4 cardinal points of an Edoma. So I don't like you. So he probably just felt, if he had knew that this is who the Edo people are, he could have just allowed them make their choice. And if or no, Eze Baga. So I'm saying all of this for people to know that okay, are you talking about those cannibals? The Igbo, all those people may see they chop human beings to date. Yeah, why those are cannibalistic. Let me use one big cannibalistic animals. Anyway, all those people that still feed on human beings, their fellow human, cannibals. You understand? I wish na Edo man, I never see that video, see Edo people they eat human beings. Internet for no rest for like 3 months. Uh, uh, no. Having native doctor, having pass up by I've just said that the system has been pulverized. Have been pulverized. Yeah, no, they are, if not be all of it, they inside their blood. They are cannibals. There was an article that I wrote 2017. I think that article popped up a few hours ago. I will share the article. I wrote that article 2017 by one of the observations by Reverend Ayodele when he noticed that the Igbo people were practicing cannibalism in the 19th century. So it is shocking that it popped up, knowing fully well that I that baby they are not my in-laws. Oh. Are they my in-laws? They are not. Are they our in-laws? I beg you, know. You know, the point is that if now I do cannibalism just now. You know, say this internet, if I do people, you know, say internet not go rest for 6 months. Safe. Now they go, you the talk. But then they go and defend. You know, say, you know how God still they work for this life. Let them go and be defended that one. But anyway, I'm just my usual self. They had, you know, they have been discussing my matter almost they have been discussing my matter almost every now and then on their platforms. You know, it doesn't concern me. I don't go to their platforms. I don't comment on their platforms. I get tagged. It not concern me. If you know the Izodowa, I know they go anybody platform they go talk. You never concern me. Even if you cost my papa till now till tomorrow, you understand? A lot of them, some the Yorubas called me an extremist. That the Oba of Benin should dissociate himself from me. Yeah, they called me an extremist. That the Oba of Benin should dissociate himself from me. First, I've said this 1,000 times. I do not work for the palace. I'm not working for the Oba of Benin. I do not work for the palace. I do not work for the Oba of Benin. In short, one of our brothers asked that all of these Ugie that is going on and all of that, I've not been to a palace for once and all of that. That's because I'm very busy. I promise that I'll go for Ugie where I hardly go to the palace. I don't even know what's going on in there. But every time I get accused that I'm going to go in the palace, I don't even think that the Oba of Benin even know whether some person like me exists. One of my childhood friends who is doing pretty very well had said something a few weeks ago that said that you carry Oba Benin matter for head, Oba they pay you salary and all of that. And I was like, I don't get. I'm a fucking Benin man. I am supposed to defend my history and my culture. For the fact that you are stupid, you feel that you have to be recognized or you have to be being paid, you have to be given salary before you can defend before you can defend Benin history. That makes you stupid. I'm not doing what I do. I tell people. That is why I say what I say. I'm very confident. As you just see me so, if people you make me angry, I always say that a lot. If people know me, when I was using Great Benin Page, I got angered by some behaviors. I left Great Benin Page for months and before some people came out and all of that to try to replace my relevance and all of that. which I thank them for that. They didn't want me to create the vacuum. I thank them for that. As I be, my mates they rehab, my mate they club, eh? They enjoy their life now. I dey here, they talk Benin history. Hey, man, about your moment, I give me on my Facebook. I just come off of Facebook for 1 year. I did me why I enjoy life in here. Hey, what you when you're under 25? Meru wa nepa ya with you back. I'm you back. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that I'm not compelled to do what I do. I do what I do for the love that I have for the land. And people should not be feeling that because I do these things, I should be recognized. I'm not looking for any recognition. As a matter of fact, I'm not. If I'm the one looking for recognition, I'll be going to the palace every day. I don't. I may like palace in a year now. But I have a showroom at the back of the palace, but I don't go to the palace. But now me, they defend the palace pass for social media. Because that's my job. That's why I'm a Benin man. That's why I am a patriotic Benin man. It is what I need to do. It is what I am. The ancestors wants me to do. And I'm doing it not for anybody to recognize me, not for anybody to say, this one a palace song, this guy did committee for palace. I'm not doing it because of that. So all of you people saying that the Oba ministry, all of those Yorubas and Igbos, saying that the Oba Benin should dissociate from me, that I'm an extremist, I'm even worse than Ona the Kanu is like. Well, first, the Oba cannot dissociate himself from me because now me send myself. Now the ancestors now send me, not the Oba of Benin. All right. What I'm doing it for Edo people. So if it's loving my land and defending my issue, that now they call me extremist in it or guy, no, or what I say, so basically, you understand? Basically, God and ancestors, they have blessed me or they are blessing me. I have Imenwinobo, a very good job that put food, very good food on my table. I'm sure some of you who came to Benin recently, and if I take you to 3 of my estates in Benin, it's quite big. I mean, Winobo, and I'm proud of it. I'm a bushman. I sell lands. I don't sell fake lands. I don't sell lands. Everything I do, I'm guided by the principle of patriotism, truth, honesty, and integrity. Anybody that have dealt with me knows I'm guided by these things. I cannot cheat you. I cannot cheat you. It's not possible. If you're thinking of doubt, if you doubt me, try and test me. That's the kind of confidence I have. If you think, try and test me whether I will fall for your test. I won't. I can't cheat you. It's not in my nature. I didn't grow up like that. I wasn't taught like that by my parents. And I didn't learn from cheaters. I've learned from people who have kept their head very upright. So I'm blessed by the work of my hand. So I don't need endorsement. I don't need it. So, so, but my hobby, it's what I'm doing now. Even while I'm hustling and bustling to have something to put on my table, I always say that. Yaya took a doe, na mi do kakabon hage, so that I man do tali tala tolu, I mean no ba, do I no go o hage do, ni a biego, mi ya gile oha, the real truth, a matter no rugu hage do. These are some things that give me headache. How to promote our culture, how to take our history down to the very nicks and crannies. Okay, the Igbo guys were also saying that when was the last time I even traveled? Have I left When was the last time I went to Port Harcourt that I'm afraid to leave Port Harcourt? Yeah, to go to Port Harcourt. We were in Port Harcourt about 2 months ago at Ogbaland, and it was a stand up. Because of that thing they talk, eh? 2022, now about 3 conferences now I hold for Port Harcourt. Let them go and hold Igbo conference in Port Harcourt. If they're not used gun to pursue them. The way they walk in, they do conferences, they meet with traditional rulers, they meet with elite, we meet big boys in Port Harcourt. I beg you. Anyway, why I'm saying all of this is people don't take a lot of these things too serious, because if you know me very well, I'm a playful person. I know the people matter not to they catch me. I'm a very playful person. I like to be playful. There's nothing to get too serious about in this life. To be candid, there's nothing for you to be serious about in this life. But what we do it because we love our land. We don't do it for recognition. We don't do it for money. I said, we don't do it for recognition. We don't do it for money. We don't do it for recognition. We don't do it for money. I've visited a lot of places. Have you seen me going to see the Oba Benin? Have you seen any picture? Have you seen any video? Because I feel that, see, what guides me, what guides me, that is why I play Akabama songs. Do you know what guides me every day? This philosophical speech, this philosophical ancient speech, parable, that is what guides me. So that is why I'm not bothered about recognition, because it is not my time. I don't want to force it. I don't want it to be now, self. You understand that kind? It's turning. That's what guides me. I tell people every day about that. It isn't my time, so why should I force my time? When my time comes, I'm sure that whatever due recognition that God and ancestors have done, I've sincerely lovely people. I've said it severally that you can't fault me for being arrogant or being stubborn, or being proudful, which is an essential element of almost every Edo man and woman. And it's just that the level will increase. You can fault me for every of these things. But let me tell you what you cannot fault me of. You cannot fault me of being a cheat. You cannot fault me of being duping anybody. You cannot fault me of loving money. You cannot fault me of I don't know. You can't fault me for what most people will fault people for. You know, since I've been leading a group, GBD, for the past 5 years, I don't think anybody has ever accused me. Nobody has ever accused me of ever eating 1,000 naira. That was not given. Nobody can afford me. You can't see me do it. It's not possible. Understand? It's not part of me. So you can fault me for my own personal character or attitude, but you can't fault me for taking from another person, from stealing from another person, for putting my eyes on another person's property. You can't fault me for all of those things. If you want to test me, I've said you can test. I will not fall for it. If you know woman, I want no idea. I see my organ man. I have a very good home bringing. I have a very good one. So if I didn't do it when I was a lot younger, now that I'm getting a little bit older, I shouldn't do it. So basically, let us understand that what we do it for this land. We do it because we love this land. We do it because we will die for this land. We don't do it because we are being paid to. Nobody pays anybody anything. We're not doing it because we want people to recognize us. All right, Do they recognize people who teach history in Benin? Nobody recognizes. All my mentors, they all died unrecognized. I'm sure that one of the reasons why Dr. Aysen Hagosa is very popular in the social media space is because I've always been speaking about him, late Dr. Aysen. Otherwise, a lot of Benin peoples were not even aware of him. But these were the people who really fought for this land. So I came into a system knowing fully well that those who really love this land are underappreciated. So I have that mentality that whatever you would do for a Edo land, don't expect to be appreciated. You might never be appreciated. So that's the mindset I have. So that's why I'm not even expecting it. I just do what I do because destiny. You know. And I love what I do. All right. And I love what I do. So these are basically, I'm using my ring lights. Like I said, someone got me this ring light. You see, now help. Otherwise, I for run, go downstairs, go on gym. So I thank all of you for well, I spent quite a lot of time today with you guys, and I'm so very happy that I spent quite a lot of time with you guys. So celebrate if you do don't forget on the 27th is Iguedoya. Look for a place to participate at that Igue. It is not fetish, it is not barbaric. It is not fetish, it is not barbaric. It is who you are, it is your tradition. Let nobody, don't give anybody any room to criticize what is yours, to criticize your existence. The Igue Festival is part and parcel of your existence as an Edoma or woman. Nobody has a right to make you feel that it is not good. If anybody makes you think that your existence is not good, part of your existence is not good, it therefore means that that person is your enemy. So, I will. For Princess Osamuri Ameda said you were asking me if I've not been. I didn't go to the palace for all of my sister. May you this Sunday. You this Sunday. So I hardly have time for even myself. Than I will not go to the palace. But I saw the videos on social media. So live videos are usually good. A lot of our brothers do cover those live videos. And by God's grace, when our brothers cover those live videos, I also join live. It's just like you that is in UK, you that is in London, London is in UK, you that is in America, you that is in Italy, you that is in Qatar. You guys get to follow all the events that happen in the palace, just like I get to follow the event that happens in the palace. Not being physically present does not mean not being physically present does not mean I do not appreciate, I do not love all this is going on. I am an advocate. I am an ambassador of Benin history and culture. So I will always advocate, and uh, I will always speak truthfully everything that concerns our heritage. And anyway, I do na mweme na sufome so that we'll talk during the week. So I thank all of you who has always. I did a video. I think the video will be out. Please, I did a video at Ogbazu to appreciate all of you. I couldn't mention all the names. I think I mentioned a bit few of the names. To appreciate all the Uwaron Asian keepers of Great Benin history. Appreciated all of you. You guys are most wonderful. I thank you all for sticking out with me all throughout this year and looking through my SSs. You know, we all have our SSs. We are not perfect. I agree that I have mine too, but I try to walk. Um, I try to walk as much as I will. I try to walk as much as I will to to die down all of those not good excesses of mine. And I think all of us should also do the same. Um, so when you feel that there's something that I do that is not wrong, that is not good, yeah, on my own year. But see me from afar, you think on my own year, I'm not, I'm not like that. I've heard some people calling me and they'll call me, they'll not tell me that they didn't think I would pick. They'll say that they don't think I will pick. Who the fuck am I that I will not pick your call? Go ban or kogu man in a lamu itwe. All right. What I'm saying in summary is that if you feel that there are some part of my works or some part of the things that I do that are not appealing, all right, all right, reach out to me in private message and be diplomatic about it because you might not um, maybe I have a stereotypical thought about some certain things. Don't wanna know, webu, na ya go egwan no remwe. You understand? That's diplomacy. And there's a way you can talk, and I'm sure I'm going to listen to what you will say. And like one of our IPA reached out to me, and one Mr. Dixon Ishiwa reached out to me quite some time ago and said that it is wrong of me to be drinking on live video. Yes, that's what he told me. And before he said that, he was a bit scared to tell me. You know, all right. That he said he observed that he wanted to just let me know that the kind of a person I am, it is wrong for me to be drinking on live videos. Then I told him that I didn't really know it's offensive, but he gave his reason. And I told him that from that day henceforth, I won't try it again. Have you ever seen me? Since that was the last time I brought drink on my live videos. Have you ever seen me take drink on live videos anymore? No, I don't. It shows that anybody who reached out to me to really correct me on some of the things I could have done that are not right, I eventually listen to them. Who am I not to listen to the words of wisdom? So I've always been a good listener. So when you talk to me, if it makes sense, I will listen. There's no way I will not. No way I go hangwa. Okay, kenori. Ona ba ibudi. Ibudi norma. Ibudi nogba. Okay, kenori. So, and I believe solely on that. So, there's always room for improvement. All right. So, I thank all of you. And yes, Princess Samudi, yes, we almost fought because I remember we almost fought on that on phone call because when you called me, you were very rude about it. You were saying that even I was like, calm down. I'm where doing is all die, calm down. We are trying. That's because you don't know we are trying. Because the way you sounded that day as okay, binayano you are ready. But no now. Come on. Yeah. But if you had come, if you had called me to tell me that it's not wow, you know, we soon will do okay now we me can. You know, that's diplomacy. I wouldn't have had quarrel with you. But you made it sound as if it's my job, it's my duty. And I was like, how is it my job? Am I being paid in the first place? If now pay on my ear or in winner, I'm not being paid to do this. I'm doing these things out of love. If I decide not to do it again, another person will pick it up. So that's how it is. So you made it sound as if Yo, Kuki. No hekene ya women now. So and I felt very offended by it. I think that's what caused that quarrel. I was angered because of the way you I talked about approach since the way you put it, the approach was very wrong. When you see that there's something that is wrong in Edo land and you wanted people to talk about it or people to do something about it. When we marched down to the issue of Ishabara, Baniamiate man that went to Luku and all of that, it was people that called me and said that is what we not know. Is there nothing that we can do about it? And I said that we'll do something about it. That's diplomacy. They didn't come in and said, we have a year do Ahamoba Oba do and all of that. If they had called me, if you had called me to tell me that, I also just I will also just also give you my own sharp tell you say no what if anybody calls me, if the people who called me on that matter told me that my automatic answer would have been where all we are doing where what but it was diplomatic because they know that yes, some people has to because I wasn't aware has to have a standard about it. And they said, this is what is happening. And I was like, okay, we'll do something about it. And eventually we did something about it. You understand? So we did something about it. So it's all about approaches. It's all about your diplomacy. I don't pick offense when you are diplomatic about it. I'm not supposed to pick offense because we are all learning. There's nothing I would do that another person could have done better. All right. So it therefore means that another person can tell me that what you're doing, you can do better. All right. But how you put it to me is what now eventually matters of whether I will listen or not. And like you said, I did quick verse. So if you did quick verse, also know, say, we be a do, say they said, Naile be know the colors, say with the quick verse. So you did quick verse, I did quick verse. Everybody did quick verse. So for us to not verse, you first calm down first. You understand? Because you don't know how my mood day at that time. So you first calm down first. And then you talk to me like mature person. So once you don't be diplomatic about how you wear it, you do okay. You know how you got win that kind. And I'm sure that if I'm able, it's within my power to do something about it, I will just go ahead and do something about it. It is the Asian of life. Diplomacies matters a lot in most of all of these things that we talk about. So I thank all of you. I appreciate all of you. And I pray for God and our ancestors to keep directing our path and prospering our heads in order for us to see more years and more years, for we to see many, 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 many more years ahead of us. So I thank all of you who has always been here, who has always been part of me. I thank all of you for that. So I always say, Agami beba, Agami be Obaga. Obaga talk about he said, look, baby, I don't know something. Why I always say.